Alright guys, I left this axe sitting in here overnight in this rust remover. Looks like it did pretty good. I still got a cough. Still can't get rid of that cough. Hang on a second, let me put this up. Let me dump this in some water over here. I've got a little bit of water. I'm gonna rinse it off a little bit and then kind of brush it off, see what we got. Alright guys, I brushed it off, wiped it down good. I'm gonna run it over the wire wheel and just have a go at it. Alright guys, I'm going to use a flapper disc on the front of this blade. Yeah, I was going to use a belt sander, but I'm going to use a flapper disc. Let's see how this works. We'll get a little bit of water and a brush just to keep the blade cool, I think. See what it looks like. Yeah. Alright, now what I'm going to do is work it with the belt sander just a little bit, just to clean up. I got most of the real deep ding. I mean, it was, somebody used it for a hammer, so clean it up some more. Let me hook up my vacuum and I'll be right back. clean the head up, straighten that up. I think I'm just going to run the belt sander. I'm going to run the flap sander over this. I got a worn belt on, or worn, I don't know what this is, 60 grit, but it's worn pretty good. I'm just going to run over this lightly and then go back over and Scotch-Brite it. Maybe wire wheel. Let's see what it looks like. Water. I don't want to get this too hot. All right, I'm back. Sorry, guys. Yeah, it's not too hot. I just didn't want it to get it's a little warm, but not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. I was going to try to polish this blade really nice. Man, the pitting in this thing. The casting sucked. The casting's all deep in this. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, guys. Yeah, it's not too hot. I just didn't want it to get it's a little warm, but not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. I was going to try to polish this blade really nice. Man, the pitting in this thing. The casting sucked. The casting's all deep in this. Man, that's a lot of metal. I mean, it's casting. It's got pits in it really deep. I want to get some of that off on this side. Yeah, let's do it this way. All right. Oh. I may have to quit here in a minute. This cold is kicking my butt. Yeah, I think I'll just leave this for the rest of the day. I'll come back and hit it tomorrow. Alright guys, what do you think? I put it on I ran the disc sander over it just a little bit, and then I went back over with the Scotch-Brite wheel, the fiber wheel. And now I'm going to polish it. And there's a lot of pitting, and it's not rust pitting. It's actually, this is from the welder up in this corner. But the rest of this is in the casting. And I know it is because it's all throughout. It almost looks like sand. I don't know how they make their molds back in the day, and anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and polish it up, and you can see the castings, the flaws in it. You can see this, how it's made there, and then how it's real sharp edge on this side, but on this side there's not a sharp edge. I did just barely nicked it right there with the disc, but that's original. So yeah, it's just the way it's casted, I guess. Anyways, let me turn this buffer on. We'll get started. polished it up. Still need to wax it, but I'm going to tape the head off and paint this. I need to, I need to paint this. For one, I need to paint this because I want to keep it from rusting, just in case it's somewhere where it's humid, or if they get in some wet weather or something. I don't know if they're going to be using this as a usable hatchet, which I hope he's not, but if he does, it's his hatchet, and I don't know if it's I know it was his grandfather's, and the gentleman I'm repairing this for he's the one that damaged it. So I am fixing it for him. So I hope he likes it. I mean, I like it now. It's a nice little hatchet, and it has what I like about it. I believe, I have to look at it again, I believe it was a Boy Scout. His grandfather passed away, so he laid this up against a campfire and melted the back end. It laid up against a huge campfire, he said, they lost it. They laid it up against the fire and they forgot about it, or he did. So I am going to repair it for him the best I can anyways. There's people out there probably a lot better at this than I am, so. I'm glad that heater kicked off. I was getting a little tired of hearing that noise. Tired of the cold weather, for that matter. Tired of having a cold. Anyways, you guys don't care. I'm just tired of cold weather. I'm ready for getting outside and cooking. I've been cleaning my fire pit out every chance I get, so I get so much soot and ash inside it, I have to clean it out every once in a while because it gets full. I'll have to put a new razor blade in this thing. Like I said, I want to paint it black. I now may leave this part of the handle black. I thought about polishing it, but with all the nicks and the original pitting in it, casting. I keep saying pitting, but it's actually casting. Alright, so I'm just going to paint all this black from here up under, and then tomorrow I'll start cutting, well, maybe tomorrow, depends how I feel. I may start cutting the leather. I cut a couple pieces, but I need to, this thicker part right here is unlike the S-wing. It's thicker right here. I don't know what this part of the hatchet's called. All I know is this is thicker and it's heavier than an S-wing hatchet. Definitely got some meat to it. Alright, get back at this tomorrow. Alright guys, I'm going to work on this hatchet. Actually what I want to do is measure out some leather and cut some squares out. I'm not sure exactly what size I want or need, but we'll find out. I'm just going to measure out a couple of measurements. Let's see. Let me grab another hatchet. What I'm doing is I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 large on the end here, and then they get smaller. I'm going to make the handle the same like I did on this one. It's not the best, but this is mine, and I like the way I did it, and he liked the way I did it, so his is a little different. I think this may have had wood on it at one time, but I'm putting leather on it. It's gonna work. Anyways, I'm just measuring these out, and then I'll cut them and go from there. Stack them on there, and these are gonna be hard to cut out. Anyways, I'll show that too. Alright, this is just a rough, I've made a design of where I think I want the leather to sit. Oops, like that. And just take a hammer and a punch and just see what I get. And I might have to use 2 different punches. Yeah, grab another punch. See how this is going to work. Oh yeah, that'll work. Actually, it's a little tight. Oh, let's see if I can open this side up a little bit. I got vise. I got it a little in my way. I meant the yeah, that's what I want right there. And then I'll epoxy them all on. All the way up to the top. Yeah, that's gonna work. Maybe. I may have to make one a little wide at the top because it looks like it's a lot wider. Oh. Okay. Well, let me cut all these, and I'll just gonna show you how I'm doing it, and then we'll put it together. All right, ladies and gentlemen, just to show you, I've got all my leather cut, and I drilled a hole. I don't know if you can see. I drilled a hole right there, and I'm gonna use this pin after I get all this epoxied. I got one piece left that goes on, and then I'm gonna drive this pin in there, and that will hold this assembly together. I don't know what originally was here. I think probably what we should have done was maybe cut a piece of metal and tack weld it on here, but that's something we can do after we put this together. We can always pull that pin out and weld a piece of metal on, or tack a piece of metal on. We'll see. But that's how I'm going to do it. Now I'm going to take all this apart and then start stacking my leather on and my epoxy. The only piece of leather I'm going to leave on when I start is going to be this bottom piece. I'm not going to remove this. I'm going to leave it. I got it tight, so that, and then I'm going to start with the small and go up with the larger as I go up. All right, let's take this apart and get some epoxy mixed up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm using is this 2-ton epoxy mix. I really like this stuff. It works really good. It's self-mixing too, so as you squirt it, it just fuses. It mixes together. So, it's one of the things I like about it. Just remember, don't be a dummy like me and leave that in there, a little cap, and when you go to squeeze it, and you get a point to where it stops. Break this off. Okay, there we go. All right. Oh. I guess stupid me, I'm in a hurry, wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. Oh, come on. Ah! Hang on, let me get this tube ready. I'll leave that in the video where I screwed up. I forgot to get this stuff to mix before I put it on there. Oh well, ain't no big deal. We all make mistakes. Some of us just make bigger ones than others. Real big ones. Hope this doesn't suck. I'm always afraid when I do these that I'm gonna do something wrong. Oh, come on. I got these too tight, I think. Some of these were hard to get off, so I should have figured they were gonna be hard to get back on. Yeah, once you start this, you can't stop. You're not going to stop and go get a cup of coffee real quick, I can tell you that. And I hope this turns out, yeah, it's somebody else's, so if it was mine, I don't care if I make a mistake, screw up. Still got a cough. Still having a hard time shaking that stupid thing. I'll go to sand this. That's another thing. I haven't been able to get a sanding belt thick enough or heavy enough. I need like a 36 grit or something like that, or a 60 grit, something heavy, heavier than what I can get locally, and I haven't ordered any. I need to go online and look that up. So I may have to use, I think the heaviest grit I have is 100 or 120. So that's just going to have to work. This leather was given to me by a friend of mine who used to be on the police department decades and decades ago. Preacher now. Retired, I think. Anyways, he's a leather worker. It's hard to find leather in this part of the country. You think in Oklahoma with all the cattle we'd have leather everywhere, but you don't. Kind of hard thing to find. Now I'm getting into the thicker stuff, wider stuff. Well, wonder if I should just stop the video here and you guys don't have to watch all this. My videos are long, but I hate cutting something out because I hate watching a video where they cut scene to something else. They don't show the full detail, the full work and what you do, what's involved. Well, I worked on a ratchet the other day. Oh my God, that thing about pulled my hair. It was everything I could do from cussing at it. Sometimes you work on a tool, it's just not worth it. It's trash. Poor design, poorly made. This old hatchet. He's going to use it, so it's not going to be a trophy piece. It's going to be a usable item. He hunts and fish, so camping. This is his grandpa's, or was his grandpa's, I should say. He figures it's at least 25 or 30 years old. He left it laying by a campfire, a huge campfire, and that's what happened. The metal got melted a little bit, and the handle disappeared, and when it was laying up against the fire got out of control, and this is what happens. That's all right. Let's see how this turns out. I like this epoxy. This stuff sets really well. Really, really good stuff. Some people don't like epoxy, and I'm not sure why, because if you ever use Bondo, that's epoxy. I never quite understood why some people don't like, but oh well. This I can get locally, and it's pretty good stuff. Let's make my third leather axe handle, or hatchet handle. I think I've done a leather hammer too. Kind of cool. I like the looks of the leather. Once you get the epoxy on it like this, it's hard as wood, if not harder. I'm down to the end. should have went ahead and opened that other tube. All right, be right back. Let me open this tube. The only thing is, this little cap right here, this tube, the mixing tube, it locks in place and only goes in a certain way. It turns clockwise. So just, if you use this stuff, just remember that. And I like it because it pre-mixes. You kind of keep your hands cleaner. I use lacquer thinner to clean it off my hands, but I hate using lacquer thinner anymore. It dries the hands out so bad. And I'm telling you what, it's cold outside. We're getting snow come pretty soon. Hate snow. Hate cold weather. Tried dying once in the cold, that sucks. I want to die on the beach in the sand where it's warm. Those of you like cold weather, that's a good thing for you. I think I just put a piece on that might be a little short in that spot. Oh well, we'll figure it out. I get this up there pretty far as I want, then I'll tap it down with a hammer, pack it down a little bit. Yeah, I may have to wind up using 3 of these. I don't remember what the working time on this is. One package I had said it was 5 minutes, and then another package was 30 minutes, but I can't remember what I bought this time. Plus, this stuff doesn't have a real bad odor. The leather, cutting the leather on the bandsaw stunk more than this epoxy does. Alright guys, I'm getting there, slowly but surely. I know my videos are long, but I hate cutting something out where somebody might see something and they might get something out of it. You can always fast forward what you don't like. I'll let this sit for, well, after today I'm on call again, so I don't remember how many days I'm on call. Anyways, it don't matter. I'll have to work at least 4 days, maybe longer. If we get snow and ice coming in, that's going to suck. Hopefully we don't lose power and I'll have to maintain the generators. Hate to sit there and babysit the generators. Well, I get paid for it, so I guess I might as well do it. When we get ice storm, that's where it messes up our, knocks our power lines down. And whoa, hang on. This has got to go the other way. There's no way that's going to, I can already see a problem there. First piece I've had to turn. What I was saying was the ice storms knocked down power lines, trees. Ice sits on the trees. predicted to have some. And of course, my generator at home, I can't find my carburetor. I bought a new carburetor and I don't know what happened to it. So I had to order another carburetor. It won't be here in time for the storm. Uh-oh. Shoot. This one may not. I don't like the way that one's going to fit. Darn it. I might just have enough in this tube. I hate to open another tube. Nope, I won't have enough. I'm just looking at it now and I'm realizing I'm going to have to open another tube and waste it. Once you use this stuff in these tubes, it doesn't really last that long. Sorry. It's hard to film and work at the same time. It's not the best thing to do is try to film and work at that. Concentrate on what you're doing. Don't care about what the camera, what you guys see. Almost to the end, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man, how am I gonna? Yep, that's it. All right, let me open another tube. Be right back. All right, back again. Gotta wait for it mix. It's mixing in the tube. If you can see it going up in there. For some reason, this one's harder to squeeze. Holy smokes. All right, tap this down a little bit. This is going to be my last piece. And I'm going to set it upside down. Yeah. We'll see. Just a little bit so it doesn't dribble in. Yeah, let's stick the raw side out. All right. What I'm going to do is stick this roll pin in there. Maybe. I had the roll pin started earlier. Okay. Let me set this here. Let's see, maybe see what my plan is here. Oh, I had that tight. Hang on. That's what I've done. I couldn't think of any other way except for welding a cap on there, and we can do that later. Or braze a cap on there. So now I'm just going to let it sit. I hope that wasn't too boring for y'all, but what the heck? Let's see. See how this works. Yeah, I'm going to have a gap right there where it's bowed. Damn it. Really need some way like holding that. All right, well, you know what? I just might put it in the vise and press down. A little weight on it, maybe? Oh, just the weight of it itself will be all right, I think. All right, guys, I'm just going to leave it like that and let it dry for, probably I won't get back to it for 5 or 6 days, and then we'll sand it down and shape the handle. And when I say shape the handle, I'm going to shape the handle like I did this one. I hope. We'll see. See how it works. All right, guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back on it. It's been a week, a little over a week. And I'm going to sand this down and shape the handle. And I'm going to use the belt sander. All I have, the roughest grit I got is an 80 grit, brand new belt, so I put it on there. And see how that works. It's probably going to take me a little longer. I really need a rougher grit than 80. And of course I can't find it in my town, so anyways, I'll use what I got and we'll go from there. I think I screwed up when I put this piece on the bottom. I don't think I'm going to like the way that comes out. But it's better than what it was. It needs to be better though. I kind of screwed up. We'll see how it looks. Let's fire this booger up.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is mine, Est-Wing, and this is the one I just did for him. Feels pretty good. Don't know how else. You see what I did there? Anyways, I'm going to call this good. I really don't know how else to do it. What I'm doing here is I'm trimming the leather off the top of it. And I think I put this leather on wrong here. Because, oh, where's my other scissors? Hang on, let me get my scissors. All right. I may have to clean this up a little bit down on the bottom here. Can't do it with a box knife. For some reason, won't let me give it a haircut. And I'll trim up the top a little bit. Boy, that heater's been going all day this morning. Yeah, sanded a little close on there. Definitely better than what it was, I can say that much. Check that out. Now, I'll try something here. I'm wondering if some finer sandpaper made make a difference. Yeah. Really not. All right. Actually, the handle on this one. Yeah, this one feels better. Huh. Wonder why. This one feels top heavy. Where this one's more balanced. It's more even. This one here, you can feel the weight, but I don't think the leather has anything to do with it. I think it's just heavy. It's twice as thick. Yeah, it's twice as thick. I'll show it. Okay, the handle staining or the leather. I'm gonna cheat and steal someone's idea. I was trying to figure out what I want to do to the leather, and you know, mine I just stained it and then put some. I actually put some boiled linseed oil on it. And I saw Scout Crafter did one, and he used wax and then used a heat gun and melted the wax into it. Since this is going to be used again, and he's going to keep it in his truck, take it with him fishing and stuff, I'm thinking that wax may weatherize this. I don't know. I think that's what I'm going to do, though. Yeah, I like that handle. Yeah, let's do that. I'll be right back. All right, guys, got my heat gun hooked up. It's the only wax I got, so I'm gonna try to use it. I don't know if I have a liquid wax. Hang on. That's ceramic. Can't use that. Yep, looks like this is all I got. Yeah, I'm not driving to town to get. So, this redneck's gonna try this first. This don't work, and I just screwed something up. I'm heating the leather up as I'm doing it. Ooh, that's getting hot. Turn this down a little bit. A little better. Hot. All right. I'm gonna dry it some more, and then we'll get back to it. Oops. All right, guys, I'm gonna polish this a little bit on the buffer. All right, let's peel some of this nasty tape off. Making this video for him, show him what I did and how I did it. Let's see, I may throw a little polish on the head on this. I like the way the wax and then polishing the leather. I've never polished leather before like that, so I don't know if you're supposed to or not, but I did. It actually turned it almost like a saddle leather, except for the end down here. I should stain that maybe. I might just leave it, give it a little more character. I mean, the axe wasn't usable when we started. It was just pretty much a piece of junk. Axe, it's a little hatchet, a little camping hatchet. It's all it is. It's, you know, it's not for felling trees. It's for making kindling and, you know, campsites. Boy, I take this up too good, I think. Holy smokes. Did I get carried away? Did I ever? Oh well. I'll leave it in the video. Ain't no big deal. You guys can watch it if you like it. If not, you can watch something else. But I got me in, well, not me. It's his. We will, hell, I'll say that in here in a minute. Let me, where's my wax? Oh, darn it. Hang on a second. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I present you camping hatchet, drop forge. It did have a name in the beginning, but this was so mutilated, melted from the fire that we couldn't really read it. I think it was plum, maybe, and I'm just guessing, so I really shouldn't say. But I had him weld some 70-18 on the back side of it so we could reshape it, and I just reprofiled the end. I think I did pretty good. I mean, it's the first time I've ever done one, so I'm sure there's people out there a lot better than me. And then I cut leather. I took a weightlifting belt and I just cut squares out of my weightlifting belt. And probably, now I look back at it, I probably screwed up here. I probably should have cut a cap and put it on here and then tack welded it. The only problem with doing that is it may be more permanent than we want it. This way, if he doesn't like this leather, if he decides to go with a wooden handle, he wants to do it himself, he can pop this out and then he can probably cut most of these leather rings off. So that's one good thing, and it doesn't catch. It's not like it's in a, it's going to hook you or bind you. It's not in the way. It feels really good. Actually, it's thick. It's heavy. The top end of this thing's got some weight. I don't know. It's turned out pretty good. Mine is an S-wing, and you can see the difference in the stem. The S-wing it's real balance. Like see, it's right there. It's balanced. This one, and you've got to almost hold it up to the neck. It's just heavy. It just wants to lean forward. I like it though. I mean, feels good in the hand, and putting that wax on there and then putting it on the polishing pad, it actually looks better than my leather. All I did on mine was stain it and put linseed oil on it. And I think this turned out better. This actually looks pretty cool. It's a little, this one's a little skinny, the handle, and I really kind of like this handle here. This a little thicker, fits good in the hand. Anyways, I put a little wax on. I didn't polish the head super fine. I didn't see a need because it is going to be a used axe. I don't know if the camera catches it, but it actually looks really good. But if you look real close, you can see it's not pitting. That's casting marks. They're real uniform. There's some pitting right there. That is from the welding rod. He missed a couple spots. Like I said, we built this up a little bit, and we didn't do anything to the blade. I just shaped it better because it was flat down on the bottom here. It looked like they'd been hammering on a steel pipe. The story on this Hatchet, when he was about 14 years old, he said they were camping, and his grandpa told him to leave it alone, I think, and he put it by the fire, and it was a big fire. Well, the fire got big, and they forgot about it, and it sat in the fire all that night, that evening, that night, and then the next morning when the fire was down, they found it, and part of it was melted, the back of it was melted off, and then all the leather. He's pretty sure it had a leather handle on it, but I don't know. I've never seen one like this, so. And that, he's in his 40s now, so, and it was his grandpa's, and he doesn't know how old it was then. But he's happy to have it. He will be happy to have it back. He already told me he's looking forward to see what it looks like, so I hope he likes it. If not, I'll give him mine, and I'll take this one. I kind of like this one. It's pretty good. I've already marked up the paint a little bit. Oh well, I'll touch it up. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about my work? I mean, if you've seen one of these axes like this, hatchets, let me know what kind of end was on the end of it here. There's no marking like a weld spot or anything, but then again, it was in a fire, so who knows? It may have been pressed into it. It may have been a wooden handle, or it may be a rubber. I mean, in the late 60s, I think they started coming out with rubber handles. I'm guessing this to be the 50s or 60s, late 60s. And you can see there's a weld splatter on the inside the drop forge there. Got some history, and now I've got some work into it, so I like it. It's this, when you do something you've never done before, it's kind of cool. Yeah, I like it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, tell me what you think. Thumbs up, thumbs down, and